My name is Roger Wood. I live in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. I'm an artist. I make a lot of different things, fine art, especially like steampunk themed items. So I make steampunk clocks, steampunk ray guns, helmets. When I was young, we had a grandfather clock. It was that my father would wind it every Sunday. When I originally started making clocks, it was really gifts for friends. And then in 1999, I went to a wholesale show in Philadelphia, and I had enough orders that I could stop all the part-time jobs and just do this full-time ever since. Steampunk is a unique fantasy version of 19th century Victorian England, now imbued with high-tech digital devices, fantastic steam-powered machines, and all manner of surreal electromechanical contraptions. Everything in my home shop is steampunk, even the washroom. Steampunk's it's a relatively new movement, but it's very popular with people, and I think in large part because it's very much of a do-it-yourself movement. So many of the things can be done at home with simple tools and simple materials. So I think that's the big draw of steampunk. I always loved old things when I grew up. When I was a little kid, I had friends who were maybe in their 80s and 90s, like cutting wheels for something, I don't know what. $10. Well, I like flea markets and also eBay and auctions. But mostly I'm looking for old things, things that have a patina, an age to them. Homemade. I like the quality of early machinery. The fact that they use really high quality materials, no cheap plastics these days. Like this, just a beautiful old brass pressure gauge. I often see things I really like, but sometimes they're just way too expensive. I have to pass. For my choice is intuitive. It's just, this is interesting, maybe I can use it right away, but sometimes I've had things for 10, 20 years before I find just the right place to use them. There's a very nice clock. The best thing for me is when I go to a flea market to find some object that I've never seen before, and I can create something totally different that I've never thought of because of this one thing that I found. Can just send me off in a whole new direction. That's my favorite part of the job, is finding something I don't even know exists.
15 a piece I usually get. With 30 for all three? 25.
Yeah, okay. $170. It's not too bad. Well, when I'm making a clock, I have an idea in my mind. Today I'm working on a clock in a glass dome. So I get the dome and I make a base to fit. It's a very dusty place to work. And then I start figuring out what parts can go inside. And then I'll go and from my various bins and drawers, I'll collect parts I think that might work. Then when I start putting it together, I'll just try things. And how I decide what works is really just intuition or gut feeling. It's just, this feels right, it's going to stay. This doesn't feel right, out it goes. I think I'll drill a couple more holes. The form can change as I'm working on it, because I can maybe start off with one idea, and when I'm finished, it can look totally different because it's just the direction it takes as I go. I've always been making things with my hand. I like to work with my hands. I like to think with my hands. Most of the clocks that I sell go to shops and galleries. But I've also shipped to Finland, to England, to Germany, to Australia, to Hong Kong, so all over the world. This is the biggest piece I've ever made, and I originally found it at a flea market, actually the one we went to. And this originally was a model of the astrological clock in Strasbourg Cathedral in France. These pieces are original, this piece and these pieces, but everything else I added. Usually people seem to like the stuff I do are generally older people. I think maybe it brings back memories. For me, time, the only comment I have about time is it goes way too fast. I wish it would slow down a bit. I hope that's what I bring to the world anyway, is some sense of whimsy and fun and laughter. Just being able to see outside the box, seeing there's more than one typical solution to a problem. There's all kinds of ways to solve problems and to view certain aspects of life. That's my wish anyway.
Boring.